Hey everyone, just for here from going back to a new Simpsons video, and we are back with a new re-reviewing of my least favorite Simpson episodes. And yeah, this one, I feel like the first time around I actually liked it, but this episode, now rewatching it, I really did change my opinions on this episode. And it's still, I feel like this still is probably one of the darker episodes as well of The Simpsons. At least the early seasons of The Simpsons, I would say. And yeah, we start with I Own Springfield and showing this two-story porta potty. Like what genius would have actually invent a two-story porta potty? Like, that would be one of the worst ideas to actually be made. And yeah, showing this event that's going to be happening and showing these funny things with Kim Brockman. And yeah, Marge thinks that her and Homer should go to that. And yeah, Lisa is raiding with her friend when it comes to babysitting. And yeah, they're in church. The Reverend even mentions of, if you're needing any babysitting needs, contact with Lisa. And yeah, of course, Marge actually, is being truthful. Like, Lisa's only 8, right? Lisa is only 8 years old. I don't think nobody would want an 8-year-old to babysit their kids. I'm just saying. Right? I'm just saying. I don't think anybody would want an 8-year-old to babysit. Because, mostly when it comes to babysitting, it's either adults, obviously, or teenagers, right? That are qualified mostly when it comes to the age of babysitting. But yeah, Ned, talking about how this situation with Maud, that he has to drive and go and be able to help her, and somebody's needing to watch Rod and Todd, which Lisa volunteers, which of course Ned is like, I don't know, they can be a handful. But yeah, we see them playing this board game, and yeah, they run upstairs terrified of a moth. And yeah, they're praying and getting ready in bed, and when Ned comes back later on, he actually is very pleased with Lisa's work, and he's actually going to recommend her to everybody. And yeah, we see Chief Wickham and Sarah going out, which yeah, Lisa's watching Ralph, and Homer is in a tux, even though he isn't going until later on. Bart notices that he's already wearing the tux that he's wearing. And yeah, when Bart wakes up and sees Lisa being dropped off by Dr. Hibbert because she was babysitting. And yeah, he sees all the money that she's been making for babysitting. And yeah, again, that is also a true fact as well. People do get, of course, like, they would sometimes get paid for babysitting. And yeah, Marge and Homer come down, and yeah, Marge then tells Bart that Lisa is in charge of Bart and Maggie. Even though Bart does say that he is a bit older than Lisa. Yeah, Lisa has pretty much shown Marge and Homer that she can actually do it. And of course Bart is like, you're dead, to Lisa. And yeah, just Bart's behavior of when Lisa's just trying to babysit, though. Because, I mean, she's doing really good, though, when it comes to the other, just from how pleased everybody is of how she's been babysitting. And of course Bart is going to have to, try to ruin her streak. And yeah, Homer, of course, is driving where people are walking, even parking on this spot that's yeah, a bad place to park. And yeah, of course, Bart is just wanting some more food just so he doesn't eat it. And yeah, him eating like a baby and even getting a bib on, which yeah, him just acting like a baby as well. And yeah, making Maggie cry, which he pours the ice cream into her mouth. Apparently that was coffee ice cream. Which yeah, that's of course going to be making her hyper. And yeah, Marge and Homer looking at all these different joints that there are, and even this Planet Hype, and saying that of celebrities like Wolfcastle or McBain is there, and showing this car that's in looked like it drove straight into it. There's a similar thing when it comes to Fudpuckers as well, I've seen. Which yeah, we see the Mole Man guy actually in the car. And yeah, we see that apparently Mo has a building. And going through, it leads all the way to Mo's Tavern. Yeah, that's quite impressive for Mo. And Lisa's just trying to get Maggie down for her bath, and of course he's not budging. And Bart is just calling for these foods and other stuff. And yeah, Lisa's trying to get Maggie dressed and gets baby powder all over her. And yeah, Bart just being dragged. Lisa's wondering, doesn't know why he's being this complicated. Yeah, that is a good question though. Why does Bart have to be, at least for Lisa? I mean, again, Lisa's really not done anything wrong, you would say, in this episode. And yeah, she gets all these different things brought, like the sandwich. Krusty comes, and all these different orders that were called. And of course, she's saying that none of this she did not do. And of course, she gets on to Bart and tells him to go to bed. But he goes into the kitchen and starts eating bread. And of course, we see how furious she's getting. Yeah. Like, Bart is really pushing her limit. And yeah, he's not even in his bedroom. He's in Marge and Homer's bed. And he said, you didn't specify which bedroom. And yeah, she's starting to get angry, more angry, and starts to get Bart, which Bart then falls down the stairs and ends up dislocating his arm. And a bump on his head as well. And yeah, Homer gets stuck with this water as well. And Lisa trying to get Bart to come out, and he keeps banging his head on the door. And yeah, he passes out because he just kept banging his head on the door, just trying to make his bump even bigger. And yeah, Lisa's trying to call 911, but then she tries to get to Dr. Hibbert, but then she has this thought of how they're ashamed at Lisa, and thinking of this being a murder as well, and Marge being disappointed in Lisa. And yeah, she decides then to call Dr. Nick, and puts Bart in a wheelchair, or not a wheelchair, in a wagon, and, or, you know, a wheelbarrow, you know, whatever, and puts Maggie in a pet carrier as well. And they go to Nick's, and it's very busy, and tries to tell Smithers if she can cut in front of him. And yeah, we see all these different other ones that are being in the same situation. And yeah, Chief Wiggum comes, and it seems like she's caught, but it doesn't seem like it, and we just see this, that it's empty. Yeah, Bart ends up rolling down this hill into the mud. And yeah, Lisa's just so sorry to Bart. And yeah, she ends up right at where the place where Marge and Homer went. And yeah, lights are being shined on her, and everybody thinks that Lisa has killed her own brother, and even going to do something to Maggie. Again, people thinking, even though it's not what it looks like. And yeah, thinking she's gone crazy, which Homer demands that she gives the drugs to him, which of course she's not. And yeah, Marge sees that his arm is dislocated, and yeah, Dr. Hibbert saying a bad babysitter to Lisa. And yeah, Bart's arm is getting better, and yeah, he does apologize, even though it is a bit too late to apologize of what it seems, right? That he did ruin her babysitting career. And she gets a call from Dr. Hibbert, and then she gets a call from Ned, wondering if she can come and babysit. Even though, you know, the whole thing that happened that, you know, yesterday night, people are still actually wanting her to babysit. I mean, yeah, it does end in a good way, but just the way that this episode really turned out, especially with Bart's behavior as well. When you look at it, yeah, I mean, Lisa just really wanted to just show herself that she can babysit. But, yeah, Bart just making it difficult for her as well. But yeah, I'd like to know what y'all think. Love and comments below. Get to the next one.